Hey friends, how you doing? It's me, Christiana Gaudet. I am live on my YouTube channel. It's Thursday. That means it's time for the Tarot Topic Weekly Newsletter Recap. I am, of course, your fairy tarot godmother, and we'll be doing readings for your questions regarding our newsletter topic this week, which is the shadow side of healing. If you do not subscribe to the newsletter, you can read it and subscribe on my website. The link is right in the description. So please do that. I also want to remind you, hooah! And first of all, and this was not intentional. Today in the United States is Veterans Day. We honor all those who have served and their families. And I didn't realize it, but I happened to schedule a class I'm calling Tarot Context Boot Camp on Veterans Day. That was not intentional, but it's true. So boot camp tonight. It's only an hour, short boot camp, 7 p.m. Eastern time. The link is here. It's free for everyone. We're going to be working on context. It's going to be fast moving. It will help you learn to do accurate tarot interpretations. Bring your decks or just listen. It's going to move fast. It's going to be fun, and you will learn a lot. So make sure you join us for that. I also want to remind you that next week is our members only live stream. And so if you are a member of this channel, please, 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 by all means, plan to join us this Tuesday. This coming Tuesday. That's a fact. Today's Thursday. So Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, members only. We're going to be doing a special tarot exercise called Incoming. It's divination and magic together, and it will be so much fun. All right, so today's topic, our week's topic for the newsletter, the shadow side of healing. Healing is not easy. Healing is hard. We think about it, we New Agers are like, oh, light and fairy about it, and all of that. But healing is deep, dark, messy work, and it goes in waves, and it's hard. And there are a lot of tools available to us for healing. Tarot is one. One of the things we talked about in the newsletter is that the fives, the tarot fives, the four major arcana fives, the Hierophant and Temperance, which is also a five, are really good cards to focus on when you're looking at healing messages in the cards, but every card has a healing message. Now, when we specifically talk about the shadow, what we are talking about is those things in our lives we really don't want to see. It could be personality traits or things about ourselves that we don't really want to own. It could be the traumas that we've buried. And that's what I want to do readings about today. Oh, joy. Seriously, let's talk about healing. Let's do some readings about your healing process. I see some of you already have those questions up in there. And so let's get going and let's do it. And I thank you all so much for being here. And a special shout out to all the members. You can tell who the members are because their names are in green. These are people who have made a monthly commitment to support this channel, and it is much, much, much appreciated. I also appreciate all my subscribers. And if you're here for the first time, please do subscribe. Hit the bell so you get notifications. And thank you all so much for being here. And you can also help by hitting like on this video. All righty then, I'm going to take these questions in the order that I see them, starting with Karen Winkle. What's the shadow aspect I could most benefit from working on right now? What a beautiful question. I love that question. Karen is often the supplier of good questions. So if you're looking for a question and aren't sure what to ask, do as Karen did. It's a great question. Karen, what is the shadow aspect you could most benefit from working on right now? Pull two cards. They're both pages, one upright, one reversed. So I'm going to say childhood healing and healing from your kids' childhoods, whatever that means. forgiving yourself for the mistakes you may have made as a parent. But also in here is finding your voice, allowing yourself to find your voice. So healing from childhood, healing from your children's childhoods, and finding your voice. I hope that's helpful. Moonlight Tarot, is there any way to heal the relationship between me and Adele? If yes, how can we get over this trauma? And the answer is, time. For the two of you, time usually makes things better, but it never really heals it. It just does the same thing over and over and over again. So you could heal from this trauma, but then there'll be a new trauma. White Magic Witch, good afternoon. How can I heal my finances? It's been really bad this month. And the answer is, it may be about getting a second job or changing the way you spend money. There is a sense that you're going to have to make some actual adjustments to the way you work with money. Delia Lossie, why all my romantic relationships end in disaster, really bad endings? How can I heal that? Honestly, I think it's about paying attention to who you're choosing. I think when you make the choices that you do, I think that can sometimes be a foregone conclusion. And honestly, I think you can see the red flags in the beginning, but you keep going anyway. Horace Fan Dunn, thank you so much for being a member here. So great to see you. Would you please show, I could kiss you right now. Would you please show an example of a tarot spread designed for a healing process? Interested in the section in your newsletter where you spoke of that. Well, I would say creating your own tarot spread. So here's an example. Suppose you were like, okay, suppose you weren't quite sure, like you're ready to do some deep work, but you're not quite sure what it is you're healing from. So you might do like this, card 1. What is my capacity to do healing work right now? Card 2, what is something from my past that has created trauma that needs healing? Card 3, what is something within my shadow that has created problems? Card 4, how can I gain help from others for healing? Card 5, what would be some tools I could use for healing? Card 6, what might be something magically I could do for healing? You could keep going like that for as long as you wanted, or keep it as short as you wanted, something like that. Let me know what you thought of that. Maria Mary, hello, what is the best shadow work that could change my life right now? I think, honestly, somewhere you have a belief that you don't have your ability to be in control of your life, to go where you want to go, to do what you want to do. If you could change that, you could change everything. I'm going to have to get some blinds. Since I've moved my desk here, I don't know, maybe what happens, like if I go back, I don't know. I'm going to have to change because I like having my desk right here. But at noontime, I get this beautiful pattern on my clothing and my face. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm going to have to do something about that. Okay. Jean Mnuchin, nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a member. Glad you're here. Am I carrying some shadow side of my parents? What are they and how I can release them? Oh, what an interesting question. From your mother, the feeling that you have to get it all done now and you're not doing enough and it's not enough, and that you should have the capacity to do it all. And from your father, I almost feel like some sense that whatever you do may not hit the mark or may not be good enough. I don't know if that was his thing or his thing he inadvertently put on you. Play with that and see how it feels. Hey, Sarah, nice to see you. Thank you for being a member here. I'm going to New Mexico today for my silent retreat. Oh, well, then I feel like I have to give you some noise. You're going to get applause for that because that is so cool. That is so cool. To specifically do shadow healing. Oh, so good. What part of my shadow will most benefit from this work? Your ability to know yourself, know what you want, communicate what you want, speak your truth, know that those are your tools and you have the power. Yeah, Queen. This is the right thing at the right time. And all our spiritual blessings are going with you on this, not just from me, but from everyone in this group. Hallelujah. Hey, Pamela Thies. Yes, you can, but you have to ask a question. We're asking questions about your shadow work and your healing journey. Okay, Ashley, my boyfriend is in jail. Can I tell you how his case will go? That is not pertinent to the work we're doing right now. You could ask that on Saturday. How can I help him with his anxiety? That brings us into the healing mode, and we can definitely work on that. How can you help him heal with whatever he's going through? And the answer is you really can't. You can be supportive, you can write letters, you can visit, you can do all the things. But he is anxious because he should be anxious because this is a bad situation. And honestly, he needs to feel what he's feeling because that will help him in the long run. So just visit him and be a good girlfriend that way. There we go. Pamela, how can I surrender my shadow? By being very busy helping others surrender theirs. Help others in their own shadow work and it will help you. Okay, horse fans. So tonight is not the members class. Oh, I see what you're saying. Members class sounds awesome. You can't come to boot camp tonight, but you will catch the replay. Well, we will miss you at boot camp, but we will look forward to seeing you at the members class. Charles Smith, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. Is there a specific spiritual issue I need to work on healing? What a great question. And the answer is the making of spiritual tools, or the working with spiritual tools, or the anointing or blessing of spiritual tools. Tool work, working with tools. Joanne Smith, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. What do I need to focus on for healing? Trying to better regulate your worries and upsets and anxieties that take too much time. There's too much that's taking up time in your head, and learning how to regulate that. Jackie Masters, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. What is my shadow side and how do I start the healing process? Well, what shows up to me has to do with relationships with other people, not even necessarily romantically, but how you relate to other people, or like what maybe comparing yourself to other people, or not knowing how to trust other people. It's in your relationships. And I think if you can focus on that and sort of figure out how your interactions with other people, how that has, if there's been trauma around that, were you abused, anything of that nature, how you can learn to choose and trust and interact appropriately with others. Not that you don't play well with others, but I think it does cause some anxiety. And I think there are some relationship issues that where you could find some healing here. Ivan Morris, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Shadow, hello. Shadow guidance on your volunteer work. All right. Honestly, you are God's hands on earth. You are here to be a messenger of love. Do not let it control your life. But in the time that you are there, be a messenger of love. When you leave, brush it off. Kathy, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using one of the members only emojis. Yay. Where should I begin my shadow work? And I'm going to be really Freudian and say it's all about your mother. It's either it's one thing or your mother. No, seriously. Both parents, really, working with childhood stuff. And that's not making your parents bad. It's in recognizing that we all give our kids something to tell the therapist. Barbara O'Brien, so nice to see you. What is the shadow work that I can do to heal relationship issues? Very good, very good. Barbara, this is some heavy stuff and it goes back to childhood. It has to do with relationship expectations or modeling that you saw when you were a child. And it's huge, and this is exactly the work you need to do. Peggy Lou Leven, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. What are the shadows I need to work on? You have a lot of inner conflict that I think comes from not trusting yourself. Try that. Joanne Smith, maybe a roller blind. Yeah, man, I think I need like blackout drapes. My goodness. Horace Van Dunn, I think your suggestions for spreads are great. Good. I'm glad that was helpful. Marion Newberry, so much nice to see you. Thank you for being a member here. I feel drawn to embrace my shadow lately and integrate it as a part of my whole self. Is that a good direction for me to go? Oh, it is beautiful. It is beautiful. It is loving. It is creative. It is logical. It is kind. It is so good. Yes. You go. And a card to help you do that, Strength. Major Arcana 8 is a good card to help you do that. Okay. So, friends, from my perspective, I have come to the end. If I accidentally missed your question, I am so sorry. If you haven't asked a question yet but want to, by all means, please do. I want to remind you that it's time to register for StarCon. Whether you're coming in person or online, you will get the conference at whatever ticket level you sign up for. And oh my gosh, my bad. In the ticket committee meeting, the committee had voted on more generous tickets than I had realized. And so I'm telling someone last night on the phone, no, that ticket doesn't work like that, doesn't work like that. Oh my God, it did. I had to call her back and say, yes, it did. It did. And so we have some really generous tickets, more than I would have made them. So thank the committee. So check out the different tickets and what they entail. Get the ticket. Get the ticket. Get the ticket that works for you. Oh, let's see. Here we go. Did my question not go through? Clumsy Clairvoyance. Let me go back. I might have missed you. I'm so sorry, and thank you for being a member here. And the answer is, yeah, no, I don't see it. Reiterate your question, Clumsy Clairvoyance. And Charles says, yeah, it's not a question. Thinking about working on tools and what to work with. Yeah, that's the thing for right now. It's going to help a great deal, you and others. So Clumsy, get that question in. And so, yeah, StarCon, January 21st through 23rd, and then a 30-day afterglow. You have access to the afterglow whether you come in person or online. There are online benefits for the in-person people. But you can come in from anywhere in the world. If you don't want to travel to Florida, that's perfectly okay. But get your tickets. They range in price from $50 to $425. There's definitely a ticket there for you. Starcon.com, STARCON.com. Please go and get your ticket, for gosh sakes. All right. Clumsy Clairvoyance, thank you. My question is, what does my shadow want me to be aware of or to know at this time? That it is perfectly okay to be the who you are. Like one of your shadow issues is there's someone who sits on the committee in your head who tells you that you have to be a certain way or that you're not good enough or you can't be this way or you can't be that way. And that person needs to that person needs to sit down and shut up. All right, any other questions? Friends, I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom, or right here in Palm City at this table. Scheduled directly online by going to my website, ChristianaGaudet.com. You can contact me directly or schedule directly on my website. If you haven't read the newsletter, make sure you do and make sure you subscribe. And if you're not following me on Instagram, I would love it if you would follow StarCon at StarCon, STAARCON. And me, I'm Christiana Tarot. If you're on IG, please do follow both accounts. Would really appreciate it. And I really hope to see you tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for Tarot Boot Camp. We are going to have some fun. Thank you so much. Take really good care. We'll see you soon.